This is a tutorial over Elite FTS GHD and reverse hyper machine that we have it here in Iron Wolf Fitness. This is one of those baddest of the baddest machines out there, and we have it here. So this is a basic tutorial just in case you guys have any questions how to use this or you want to incorporate it as part of your training. It is a very versatile machine. There's a lot of things that you can do with it, right? Almost any machine. You can make it do anything you want to do, right? We're going to show you how to use the basic functions of it. Once again, this is a basic tutorial. It's not an advanced video. We're going to talk about a couple of things. Definitely a lot of moving parts here, a lot of adjustable parts here that we should talk about to make sure that does connect with you the best and you can stay safe with this machine. So if we're going to focus on a GHD, which is glute hamstring developer, right? So the first option we're going to talk about, it's the GHD, right? The glute hamstring developer that this machine offers. So the first thing that we should talk about, the adjustable point, it is this foot lever moves back and forth, and it's once again, depending how long or short your shin is, will help you to adjust better to make sure that the machine is connected in a better way. So the way we move this foot lever, you're going to press this foot pedal towards the back, and it will allow that to shift back and forth. Just a heads up, it is a very heavy piece, so if you feel a little weaker that day, you might have to ask a friend to kind of help you out to move that foot peg. Now, the way we set up for GHD, for glute hamstring developer, that's a mouthful, right? The way we're gonna rock it, we wanna make sure that our shin and where the knee sits, it's not too far nor too close to the edge of the pad, right? If you're sitting over the edge of the pad, you're probably too close. If your knee completely falls through the back of the pad, you're a little bit too far. So I'm gonna demonstrate it exactly what this is gonna look like. So as I have moved this foot pad back and forth, or kind of try to find that best position, I'm gonna place our feet right between these two rolling pads, and my knee just touches the edge of the pad, and it kind of wants to fall through, but it's still holding on. That's a great position. Now, if your foot pad, wherever you adjusted it, your knee is sitting on top of it, you're too close. And the same thing in opposite direction. If your knee completely falls through the edge of the pad, you're a little bit too far, right? Because we want to have that support for you, have it as you come back up from the glute hamstring developer movement, right? So now that we have set that up and it feels just right at the edge, it's not too close, not too far, we're going to place both of our feet between the rollers. As we're having the knees drive into the edge of the pad, we're going to go ahead and perform the set. We're going to come back down, come back up just like this. So you're going to feel it very, very emphasized on the back of the leg, which is your hamstring. This is how you perform a GHD on this machine. The next thing we're going to hop into is a reverse hyperextension. Great machine in a sense of a great way to utilize it for your lower back. Louis Simmons heavily advocated for this machine, the specific for reverse hyperextension for all of the strength athletes. It works very, very an amazing way in the sense of whether you're trying to strengthen your lower back or simply come back from injury, which also can work out really, really well for rehabilitation purposes. So the way we're going to perform the reverse hyperextension, we're going to be in the front of the machine this time, right? We have this belt that sort of goes back on the back of your foot or back of your feet, depending how you're going to perform. If we're focusing on, once again, the reverse hyperextension for our lower back specifically for that purpose. So we have the loading horns left and right here, right in the front. The way we're going to load it, just like that, once again, left and right. We're going to go ahead and move the machine forward. Once again, as always, try the machine without heavy weights to make sure it doesn't pull, you don't feel any strain on it, to make sure you avoid any injuries. Now that we have found our weight, we have loaded the loading horns, we're ready to perform the reverse hyperextension. Reverse hyperextension can also service for two purposes here as well. So we can focus on our lower back, or we can focus on a glute. The first thing I'm going to show you how to focus on your lower back, and the way we're going to do it, we're going to simply grip the hips a little bit backwards, almost as hanging off the machine, off the edge a little bit further. So if I want to focus on my lower back, I'm you're gonna go ahead, sit back here, get the belt on the back of your foot. As you can tell, I'm kind of gonna be off the edge of the machine. And the beautiful part about this, we do have the handles here to help you support you. So now that we have get in here, and I'm kind of hanging off the edge and holding out with the handles, I'm gonna go ahead and perform my exercise. Once I have completed, then I drop the belt, step back on the foot pegs, you're ready to step off. So this is how we focus on our lower back. Now we can also focus on the glute, almost like a glute raise type of situation. And we can do it the same way exactly, except this time we're gonna move the hips a little further on the pad instead of having it drip down as much as we're focusing on the lower back. So this is what this would look like. Once again, I'm gonna go ahead and place that belt in the back of my foot. This time, I'm gonna move myself slightly more forward, about a couple more inches, place my other foot right behind that belt, and I'm ready, rock and roll. So here I significantly more feel in my glute rather than my lower back. So there's a couple ways kind of use that reverse hyperextension. If you guys have any other questions, once again, it is a very versatile machine and this is a basic tutorial how to use that, just in case if you want to add it part of your training. Great, if you guys have any questions, let me know.